Hey, what up, y'all? It's IntraVenus here, back with another episode from P.O.L Game Review and also P.O.L Music. The only thing that's different today is my face is ultra pale, because I accidentally trimmed my mustache and beard wrong, and I just had to get rid of it all. So if my face looks odd, I apologize, but you'll get used to it, as I will too. Today we're going to be talking about 5 more gems for the PlayStation 2, and in this episode we're covering dungeon crawlers. Yes, games that play like Diablo, you might say. And if you asked me back in the day when I was collecting, playing, and buying games as they were still coming out for the PlayStation 2, I didn't really know there were any games that were Diablo-like. Honestly, at that time I was playing Diablo 2 on the PC as well, and when I wanted to play a game like Diablo, I assumed I had to play Diablo on the PC, but I was naive and young. And I now know there's plenty of games on the PlayStation 2 that play like that, including games not in this video, like the Legends series, X-Men. But we are going to be talking about these 5 games today, including Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance, The Bard's Tale, Champions of Norrath, Gauntlet, Dark Legacy, and Fallout, Brotherhood of Steel. So without further ado, let's start out with Fallout, Brotherhood of Steel. From Interplay. This is, yes, from the Fallout game series, and it's kind of a bridge before the PS3, the amazing Fallout 3 that came out on PS3. I think it was on Xbox 360 too, probably. I'm a PlayStation guy. This was kind of the bridge between that first-person Fallout experience and the dungeon crawler third-person top-down experience that was the earlier PC games. This, I believe, was the first console Fallout game. Brotherhood of Steel plays just like Diablo or Dark Alliance or anything like that, but in the universe of Fallout. And it comes complete with the wacky characters, the voiceovers. Don't have to read everything. Sometimes you do, of course, but you choose your character at the beginning, just like these other dungeon crawlers, and I went with the ghoul, which is cool. So let's check out the back here. Before I do that, though, I want to mention that fairly recently I've seen in an episode from Bad Games, the immortal John Hancock. Shout out to him. Awesome videos, I love it, and y'all should check him out for sure. But he listed this as one of the worst games on the PlayStation 2, and I actually almost feel the complete opposite. I really have a soft spot for this game. It's unique, it's fun, I think it controls great, plays great, and it's a little more enthralling and less repetitive in my mind than some of the other dungeon crawlers. I feel like there's enough change that it doesn't feel too repetitious. Let's check out the back. Welcome to the Wasteland, where humanity struggles to pick up the pieces after a devastating nuclear war. As a courageous member of the Brotherhood of Steel, your mission is to bring peace to this post-apocalyptic world filled with relentless chaos and radioactive nightmares. Over-the-top third-person action set in a grim post-apocalyptic universe. Outrageous arsenal of weapons, including homemade plasma rifles, cleavers, and fragmentation grenades. Choose from 3 unique and customizable playable characters. Auto-targeting ability to cycle quickly through enemies like rats, roaches, and rad scorpions. Single or multiplayer cooperative play. 1 to 2 players from Interplay. This, I think, is a really good game. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but I suggest you go back and try it again, maybe, with an open mind and thinking about the fact that you're going back and playing a game from 2004. That's nearly 20 years ago. So things were different. You know, you gotta approach it with a simplified, expectation. Anywho, I think it's a great game. Y'all check it out. Next, we're gonna talk about Gauntlet, Dark Legacy from Midway. And just like you might imagine, a game from Midway is going to be very arcadey. And in fact, this was in the arcades. Gauntlet, you probably have played before. In fact, this became very popular, possibly for some of you, on the Nintendo 64. Because the Nintendo 64 had, I think it was just called, it might have been called Gauntlet 64. Or it might have been this game. I forget, honestly. I'm sorry. But these games, they are dungeon crawlers, hack and slash. You are collecting loot. But it's faster paced, more simplified, very arcadey. You should know what I'm talking about. If you haven't played these, this is the arcade dungeon crawler of all these. It's really fun if that's what you want to do. And sometimes you want to play something that's a little more arcade based because it's easier to pick up and play and do some quick rounds. You don't have to invest hours in gameplay necessarily. Let's check out the back.
Pesky humans.
4-player cooperative action. Choose to be a warrior, Valkyrie, wizard, jester, dwarf, sorceress, archer, or knight, and battle the enemy with your friends. 8 magical realms. Adventure through numerous mystical lands, including sky and dream worlds. Advanced combat. Perform advanced attack combo moves that will enable you to decimate hordes of enemies. Countless special items fill your arsenal with magic potions, power-packed weapons, magical shields, and other special items as you traverse each level. From midway, of course, as I said, this is also 1 to 2 players. You can do 1 to 4 with the multi-tap. You can only do 1 to 2 in Fallout. All these games are either going to be 1 to 2 or 1 to 4. Of course, anything 1 to 4 on the PlayStation 2, you needed the multi-tap. It's one thing they failed on, is not including 4 ports. Just like the Nintendo 64, the Sega Dreamcast, the original Xbox. But anywho, I suggest you play this if you like these types of games. This is rated teen for blood and violence, and I must say that the game before, Fallout, is rated mature, 17 plus for blood and gore, mature sexual themes, strong language, and violence. So one of these is for the teens, the kids, and one of them is for the big teens. Get you? Gotcha? Get it? Got it? Good. Alright, next up, we've got Champions of Norrath, a wonderful game. Awesome game, also has a wonderful sequel. They are both on the PlayStation 2 from Sony Online Entertainment, which means of course you could play this online, which made this one of the most like Diablo, I must say. If you're going to compare all these games to Diablo, it'd be this and Dark Alliance, but mainly I think Champions of Norrath takes the cake there for a Diablo on PS2. Champions of Norrath was also from Snowblind Studios and is rated T for blood and gore and violence. This is one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 2 when it comes to dungeon crawling. Let's read the back. Forge a path to glory, leave a trail of destruction. From the creators of Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance, comes the next level in action RPGs, Champions of Norrath. Hack and slash your way through the land of Norrath as you master weapon and spell combat to conquer evil. Your adventures will take you to a variety of beautiful locales, enchanted zones, and the darkest dungeons imaginable. Brave the perils of hideous creatures, challenging quests, and unforeseen evil to acquire the equipment and skills you will need for victory. Play online. 4-player online cooperative action with USB headset support to chat and plan strategies. No subscription fee required for online play. Whoa! Champion customization. 5 races, 5 classes, select names, faces, hair, skin tone, and more.
And more.
More than 10,000 items. Randomly generated with the ability to create your own. Wicked magic and mighty steel. Hundreds of weapon and magic attacks plus combos. Multiplayer combat. Conquer enemies with up to 4 players online via soegames.net and offline via the multi-tap. 45 levels to conquer. More than 50 areas to explore and conquer. Battle view cam. Total camera control. Zoom in up close or view combat from above. Champion progression. Select and specialize your skills, equipment, and abilities. Spectacular spells, area of effect, damage over time, pet spells, and more. Save your champion. Import and download characters via memory card. Random dungeon generator. Each game experience is unique. That's one thing I didn't realize, is that there was, because I've played this a few times, I swear the first level is the same every time. But maybe not. It must be a little different, just the same, you know, like the same textures and everything. So it looks similar, but different orientation, perhaps, different layout. Anywho, yes, this is also from the creators of Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance, we're going to be talking about here. And a wonderful game. This, and also Return to Arms, is the sequel. I'm sure I'll talk about it in some episode in the future. Go check out Champions of Norrath. Getting expensive. All of these games are probably getting a little expensive, except for maybe the Bard's Tale. The Bard's Tale might not be as expensive as these other games, but I haven't looked into any of these in a long time. This would be the comedy entry in all of these. This makes fun of the whole action RPG hero chosen to save the land type of trope. He makes fun of it as he's going. This is based on a PC game, and I think there's 3 or 4 total, if I'm not mistaken. This is adult themed, but they dumbed it down just enough to make it teen, not 17 plus. This is just like your other dungeon crawlers, except for Gauntlet. This is an arcade game. This would be like Fallout Brotherhood of Steel or Champions, except the comedy. Right at the beginning, you'll hear, it's got a great narrator. I recognize the guy's voice, I don't remember his name. He is narrating, and then your character talks back to him like, what are you talking about? When the narrator and this old man tell you how to use your controls, he talks back to him like, what button? What are you talking about, you crazy man? And stuff like that. Really fun. The first mission, you have to kill rats, which is, I think, a direct copy of, let's see, was it Dark Alliance? I forget, one of these you also kill rats in the first mission. It's really fun though, and the unique thing about this is all your spells and your fighting comes from your guitar or your lute. Lute? Anywho, yeah, you got the stringed instrument and brum, and you can like summon creatures. One of the first things you get is like a electricity spider to kill a giant rat. The Bard's Tale is from In Exile Entertainment and Vivendi Universal. This is actually the only one-player game in here, and then I guess that is probably partially because this is the Bard's Tale. Only one bard. Just one bard. So let's check out the back. A quest for coin and cleavage. You are the bard, a selfish rogue wary of pointless subquests and rat-infested cellars. Through magical song, you summon characters to join you in battle-waging attacks, healing your party, and taking damage on your behalf. Ready your weapon as you embark on a quest for coin and cleavage. Summon up to 16 creatures to fight, heal, block, and get crushed by traps. Less A, more I, smarter foes, fiercer battles. Advanced attitude system. Your snarky or nice decisions change the course of the game. A really fun game. I must recommend The Bard's Tale. I think they actually re-released this on the Nintendo Switch. Good. Last but certainly not least, we have Forgotten Realms, Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance. Dark Alliance is awesome. There's also a sequel to it, which I have on the PS2, and they just released recently Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, which is a spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2. It is not a sequel, it is not a remake, but it is a game that I might go buy later today. I really want to play it. This, one of my favorites. It's hard to pick a favorite in this list, honestly. This might be it. This might be it. But it's really hard. These are all great games. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance from Interplay and developed by Snowblind Studios. Also a dungeon crawler and very Diablo-like. 1 to 2 players. Let's check out the back. A new legacy begins. Experience the massively popular world of Baldur's Gate as never before. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance thrusts you into an epic adventure filled with intense action, intricate puzzles, and sinister intrigue, where your mastery of cold steel and devastating spells is the only thing between you and the ultimate evil. Hack and slash your way through more than 40 action-packed levels. Battle over 35 vicious creatures including gelatinous cubes, frost giants, and dragons. Play one of 3 amazing heroes, each with unique powers, appearances, and skills. Incredible single or 2-player cooperative play. Customize your character to gain new attacks and abilities. Produced by the award-winning Black Isle Studios and developed by Snowblind Studios using the 3rd edition Dungeons & Dragons rules set. Yes, this is also from Dungeons & Dragons and Wizards of the Coast. I think there's a lot here for y'all to enjoy, and you're probably, if you're into this, I bet you already picked up Dungeons. Sorry. Yeah, 1 and 2 player. This is a great game rated T for blood, violence, and use of alcohol. A wonderful, wonderful game, and that tops it off for this episode of Gems for the PlayStation 2, where we talked about 5 dungeon crawlers. If y'all enjoy this, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. I'm doing new episodes every week, 2 to 3 episodes a week. It's wonderful. We've also got a lot of Spawn collecting going on, and one of the things I just picked up is a brand new box of Spawn trading cards from 1995. We're going to be opening these 1 pack per episode. I might not show the ones that are boring. We're going to show all the ones with the good stuff in them. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, I do this, I do that, I do everything, and I also bid you goodbye. Have a good, wonderful day and evening, sir, ma'am, miss, people, persons, animals.
In the scene, remember back in the day where we could kick in and drink? Karaoke, wanna spit it with me? I'm carrying a spliff in the fifth of the tea, sticking in dreams, when sick man.